All right, we are 6 months into ownership of the vehicle, and I just kind of wanted to put an update on the channel just to see how far we've progressed with the vehicle and to see all the, I guess, time and money and effort we've put into this car so far. So I'm just going to go over everything that I've done to the car so far and then gloss over what I'm going to be doing next, what's to come. I'm doing it inside, even though it's a nice outside day, because it kind of gets windy outside, and I just don't want to be interrupted by the wind. Because I already recorded this and it was kind of windy, but yeah, let me just I guess go over everything that I've done to the car and talk about the price, I guess. How much money I've put into the car so far since I've owned it. Starting from the very beginning, this is a 2018 BMW 340i. Rear-wheel drive, and it's not an M Sport version. It was just a 340i, not an M. So I got this car in September of last year for about 34,000 bucks. I had recently crashed my 370Z. This channel could have been so different if I had went with if I hadn't crashed my 370Z. I intended for the 370Z to be in place of this car, but you know, I'm not upset that this car is in my life. It's just one of those things that happens, you know. Everything happens for a reason, and that was, I guess, that crash happened for a reason. So $34,000 on this car, and it did not look like this when I first got it. If you go back to like the first video on this channel, you can see where it's come from, and I guess even see how it progressed to this point so far. But the first thing I believe that I did for this car was these gloss black grills for the bumper, and they're double slated kidney grills. I still have the old ones upstairs in my room, just in case I need to replace them, but I don't ever think I'm gonna go back to them. This was like one of the first visual mods that I could do pretty easily by myself that you know, made the car look a little bit better in my opinion, and I was happy with how it turned out. So I kind of started the whole rabbit hole of me modding the car. Maybe 50 or 60 bucks or something like that. I am going to be changing those out pretty soon for something else. You'll see as I progress the build, but that's about 50 or 60 bucks. I don't know exactly, but I'll put the price somewhere in the video. Next thing that I did was get the windows tinted and do the chrome delete in the roof wrap. This car had a lot of chrome on it, as you can see, like little pieces right here. Oh shoot. As you can see, the little pieces right here kind of peeling up a little bit. I need to get that like retouched up on. And like this whole trim piece right here was chrome and the roof was white. And I was like, you know what? I want to spice it up a little bit. If I'm going to have a white car, I would want it to have look the way that I want it to look. So I got the chrome delete and the roof wrap, and that cost me 600 bucks. Yeah, it was 600 bucks for that. So it was like just a pretty cool, you know, I get a little bit more privacy in the car, and I don't have much chrome on the vehicle. So that was a good one. Next thing I could remember off the top of my head were these carbon fiber mirror caps. I don't remember where I got the mirror caps from, but I know they are around like 90 to like 120 bucks or so. Yeah, it was a pretty interesting DIY. I thought I was gonna break my mirror caps when I first did it, because I was like not used to like working on my car at all. Like this car is the first car that I've ever worked on for real. So when I started messing around with simple shit like that, I was like, oh man, I want to break it. But yeah, it turned out pretty good, and it wasn't too costly. And to go right with that, I got the sequential mirror light indicators. I'm gonna walk in the car. Yep, there you go, you can see it. And that cost me about 95 bucks. I recently installed that. You're probably going to see it in this video, actually, like the install process, because I recorded it before this. And yeah, it was also pretty easy to do. Then we got more carbon fiber pieces. We got this carbon fiber shark fin cover that goes over the shark fin. Apparently it messes up your feed to like the radio stations and stuff like that. I don't use the radio stations. I usually just use Spotify or whatever I'm listening to, Apple Music. So I don't really have to worry about that. I don't really listen to the news in my car like I used to anymore. And yeah, it's pretty fine. It was like 95 bucks as well. Next we have this carbon fiber spoiler. I got this, pretty sure I got this off of eBay for about like 120 bucks. Wasn't nothing too crazy. I was just like, I like the style, and I'm not really sure if I'm gonna commit to it, so I don't want to spend too much money on it. And since we're back here, I guess we can go to these tail lights, which are also sequential. Yep, these GTS style OLED tail lights. I bought these off of Keys Motorsports for 695 bucks, I believe. There's a funny story with these. I had ordered them from this website called BM3, and as I was checking out, they're like, hey, do you want to buy these ones as well? And I'm like, I didn't read. It was my fault, completely user error, but it was also kind of baity. They like flashed another set of taillights in front of me, and I just pressed yes, and then it didn't let me like confirm or anything. It was just like, it just added to my order and then checked out immediately. So I had 2 sets of taillights, and I was like desperately trying to cancel my order, but like they didn't make it very obvious for you to cancel your order. You had to like really research how to cancel your order on that website, and I was like, this is shady as fuck. So I just canceled the whole order and then went to Keys. But yeah, that's the whole story behind these taillights. I got them shortly after I bought the car because I thought they were cool, and I've always wanted smoke taillights. Some people might think it's rice. I think it's cool. They do have a red version of it that does the whole like light up animation. It's not smoked, but you know, I think this is cool, so I like these. This plate right here, it's a little car clip. This was at the Washington Auto Show? No, it was Import Expo. This is at the Import Expo. There was a vendor there. He was just selling these. This was like the last one. He was like, yeah, you can have it. I gave him 10 bucks for it. And then onto like some more like expensive mods. We've got the wheels and tires, Enkai Raijin wheels, and the Michelin Pilot Sport 4s. I believe the back is it's a staggered setup, so the back is a little bit more flush with the fender than the front is. And yeah, the wheels cost me around, like the wheels and tires and the Tpms sensor. I got them from Fitment Industries. You probably know about them. I got I'd say it was around like 3,200 bucks. Yeah, wheels came fully like ready to just be put on. Didn't have to mount them, balance them, or anything like that. Didn't have to get the tire put on the wheel. It was all done. And at the same time, you know, it was just like they look good. So I was able to wear them, put them on for a bit. It was at the end of the year last year, so I really couldn't wear them. I say wear them like I'm wearing my shoes. Like I guess technically they're shoes for the car, but I couldn't ride on them for long because it was wintertime, and these are summer tires. So like it's not recommended that you walk. Why do I keep on talking like my car is like a person and he's walking in shoes? Anyways, yeah, it was near the end of the year last year in November, so it was pretty cold outside, and you're not supposed to ride on these tires because the material hardens up and it kind of ruins the tire. So I stayed on the stock wheels for a little bit. One thing that did happen on these tires, they're dirty as hell, by the way. One thing that did happen while I was I guess mounting the tire or putting the tire on my car, I think the TPMS sensor broke in this front wheel right here. So yeah, I think the TPMS sensor was broken when it was delivered to me, because I've always had a low tire pressure light on with my tires, and I was always wondering like, what could it possibly be? And then one day I just jacked the car up and I moved the wheel, and you could like hear it rattling around in there. So I need to take it over to like an MTB or a tire service center to see if they could fix it for me, because I don't know how to do it myself. And also, I like goofed it really hard. I was taking my current girlfriend out on a date, like our very first date, and I was trying to be too cool, I guess, and I like curb rashed the fuck out of this tire. I mean, of this wheel. Yeah, it was just like a running joke. Like, yeah, I don't know how to drive because I definitely like hit this thing pretty bad. It's like halfway around the wheel, but I plan on getting that fixed, and I plan on getting that front wheel fixed. And yeah, that's pretty much the story of the wheels and the tires. And I think that's everything that's on the exterior. Oh wait, I'm figuring a pretty big one. I have BC Racing coilovers on the car. I recently did a video on that. That was like my latest video, and it did pretty well actually. I didn't expect people to watch that video because you know, I didn't really like show the install process or anything like that. It's just kind of more so how the look is before and after. I don't really expect anyone to watch any of these videos, but they do, so whatever. But yeah, BC Racing coilovers cost me around $1,300, or no, it was like $1,100 plus like $100 shipping because it was like a pretty big package. I don't even know what the total is, but it's up there somewhere. I'll put the total in the corner. But yeah, BC Racing coilovers, and I think that's it for the exterior of the car, if I'm not correct. Yeah, I got this Sakuna sticker for like $2 or something like that at the Import Expo. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the exterior. So I'm gonna pop the hood, and then I gotta show you guys what I have in there and what I've done as far as tuning and stuff like that. So here we go, the famous B58 engine bay. First thing that you can obviously tell is that I have the CST turbo intake. I did this one myself as well. I was pretty proud of myself because, like I said, I've never worked on a car, so changing out the intake was like, oh damn, that's pretty sick. But yeah, it's been pretty cool. It gives you like all the induction noises that you would want out of a car, and it's pretty efficient. So and so it wasn't that hard. If I could do it, you could do it. And then if you could see down there, that is not the stock catalytic converter. That is a VSRF catless downpipe. I definitely did take this one to the shop because I don't have the tools to jack this thing up really, and that cost me oh yeah, the intake was about $300 or $400 I think, and so was the downpipe, another $400. I think that was like $399, so $400. I had to get my DME unlocked to tune the car. The DME is just under this little box right here. I don't feel like lifting it up because I'm lazy. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the engine bay. And I guess while I'm here, I guess I will mention that I did get tuned through boot mode 3. That is a tuning software that I went with, and it is running a stage 2 93 octane tune. It was that tuning software, and I did have to buy like a little laptop, like nothing too crazy. It was $500 plus like under $175 just for a laptop to have dedicated to this car. And there's gonna be a couple of more things that I'm doing to the engine bay, to name a few. Like I'm gonna do the PVC delete so that the car's a little bit more reliable, changing the spark plugs, doing a high pressure fuel pump so that I could get more power from the car or more fuel efficiency, and then doing the flex fuel kit so that I could be running E50 and pushing a little bit more power out of the car. But that is pretty much it for under the hood. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the car right now. I've had this car for 6 months. It's been a joy these past 6 months. I do have some things in the house for this car already. You guys will see into these later videos. That's sick. Anyways, I had to film the outro at a different point in time because I had to move my car out of the way so that someone could park in the garage. But yeah, that's pretty much all that's done to the car in the 6 months that I've had it. It's been pretty fun, and it's only going to get more fun as we own the car. So I'm gonna go for a little bit of a drive. Windows down, it's a nice day outside. And yeah, I'll just keep the channel updated on what's going on with the build. I might even be changing the interior of the car because it's very much just a 340i. It doesn't look too crazy at all, but yeah, that's it for the video. That's it for this update. Here's to Angel 2.0.